Hey guys, Metal Driver 89 here bringing you a Mcfarlane Toys review. And today, I'll be doing a mini review of the Spawn figure from Mortal Kombat 11, and also a review on this custom cape that I picked up from GPSlot. And after I review both items, I'm going to show a quick tutorial on how to remove the plastic cape on the figure and how to put the custom cape on it, so that way we can see how that looks. So looking at the box, you see Spawn through the window of the box, the Mortal Kombat logo, and an image of Spawn along with his name at the bottom. Looking at the side, you see images of the Spawn figure. Now on the back you see the Spawn figure posed. Alright, so let's go ahead, open this figure up, and take a closer look at Spawn. Alright, and here's the Spawn figure out of the packaging. But first, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So he comes with a Mortal Kombat stand, which we have seen with the other Mortal Kombat figures in this line. Then he also comes with this sword, which is very well detailed. Sculpt work on the sword looks really good. The paint is done very well. You've got some nice dry brushing on the silver. You can see the Spawn logo right there. For the most part, the paint looks good. Not a lot of sloppiness, with the exception of this extra silver paint on the handle. But other than that, it looks good. Now, it is worth noting that the first run of this figure comes with the sword. However, the second run of this figure will be coming with a mace, which I'm not sure if those have been released just yet. It's my understanding that those should either pop up at GameStop or with some of the online pre-orders that people have made. Then taking a look at the head sculpt, it looks really good, really well detailed. It's got a lot of sculpt work. The white part of the mask isn't just paint, but it's sculpted on as well. Paint looks really good. Just some slight mist paint right there. Then looking at the rest of the body, again, the sculpt work is really good. You've got this texture all over the body. Spikes came out really well, painted really nice. Got a lot of dry brushing around the figure on the silver and the reds. Then the line work on the white parts look really good as well. The skull on his waist looks really nice. I like this dark silver look. It's very has a very gunmetal look. Chains around the waist look very good as well, painted with a dry brush. Spikes look really nice. Goes all the way around, and you see another skull on his back. Then look at the lower half of the body. Again, paint looks pretty good for the most part. There's a little bit of sloppiness there. Actually looks like it might be some extra, some extra glue or something. So hopefully that can come off. Not too big of a deal. Then looking at the back, again, sculpt work looks good, paint looks good. Overall, pretty amazing looking figure, which it is to be expected because this is Todd McFarlane's baby. His creation, so you would think that his own company would do a good job on the Spawn figure. It's really nice to have a highly articulated modern Spawn figure. Then looking at the cape is actually really nice. Now, normally I hate plastic capes, hence why I bought this custom wired cape. Mainly because I love posing my figures, I love high articulation, and with a plastic cape that kind of hinders articulation. However, this is sculpted very well. The paint is really good on it, the cape as well, a lot of dry brushing. So I think this would be great for if you were just keeping it on your shelf, or if this was just a statue, or even a statue with a few posable parts. However, since this is a highly articulated figure, I think this figure would benefit from a custom cape rather than this standard plastic cape. Alright then, quickly going over the articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, which can look that far up, that far down, can twist side to side and tilt. The shoulder has a hinge which allows it to go that high up, can rotate all the way around. However, the cape will limit that motion. He does have a butterfly joint in the shoulders. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which the gauntlets do hinder the articulation a little bit. The wrist has a swivel, but again, this piece will hinder that articulation. Then there is a hinge at the wrist. He has a diaphragm articulation, which allows him to twist side to side. He can crunch slightly forward and back at the diaphragm. Then down at the waist, he has some more articulation, which allows for an even better ab crunch, so you can go that far down, that far back, and it can twist a bit. The legs can go that far out, that high up. There is hidden articulation with in the hip, which allows for some slight rotation. He has double jointed knees, which has really good range of motion. There is a hinge at the ankle. This ankle will be somewhat limited by the boot. However, this ankle can hinge and go even further up. Ankle can twist side to side, and there is toe articulation. Alright, so now let's take a look at the custom cape that I bought. So again, as I mentioned, I purchased this cape from GPSlot. I bought it off his eBay page. So I will put a link down in the description below. So if you are interested in this cape, he does have many other soft good custom materials, such as shirts, pants, other wired capes, ranging from various toy lines like SH Figure Arts, Marvel Legends, WWE Elites, and Mezco. So let's go ahead and open this cape up, and and it's a pretty large cape. That looks really good. Wish I can catch this all on camera. So as you can see, there's several wires here. So you've got the wires going down the sides and on the insides. So let me go ahead and move this figure over. So again, this cape is very large. It's got a large wingspan. So as you can see, it's got these scallops that look very reminiscent of a bat. So it's got a very stylized look to it. So that's really cool. And then here you've got the collar, which is also wired. He also has a brighter red cape, exact same material and design, just a brighter red. So I went ahead with the darker red because it matches the red on the figure. So I have purchased other capes and soft good materials from GPSlot. I've always been really satisfied with their work. So this cape is a new cape that they recently released. So hopefully if you are interested in this, it's not sold out just yet. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and try to mod this figure so I can place the cape on it. So it's not a cape that's just going to clip on that easily. You are going to have to do some work into the figure. So materials that you are going to need. You're going to need a hair dryer, so that way you can heat up the plastic on the cape. You're going to need an X-Acto knife, super glue, and also possibly a double-sided fabric tape. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to attach the cape using this fabric tape. So as I said, it is double-sided, so you're able to place it down on plastic and then put the fabric over it. So I'm going to use this because it's safer to use in my opinion. If you do make a mistake, you can peel this off. However, if you're using super glue and you make a mistake, you run the risk of ruining the figure. So that's why I'm going to use this. It's safer. The only downside is that these, I don't think they're as easy to come by. I do know that you can find these at fabric stores. Alright, as I said, you're going to want to heat the cape so that way you can peel the cape off the figure. Usually this is going to take about a couple minutes to get some good heat applied to it. Also, you're going to want to peel it from this end as well. Alright, and here is Spawn with his custom cape on. So as you can see in the photos, when I peeled off the cape, I noticed that there were these two pegs close to the top of his chest. So that's where I decided to put the fabric tape on. And then when I placed the cape over it, it stuck pretty well, but I could tell that with enough posing that the cape would eventually peel off. So I did apply a light amount of super glue. Thankfully, I didn't ruin the figure. So as you can see now, it looks really good on him. And for the skull collar piece here with the chain, so I did cut this off with an X-Acto knife, and I glued it on the chest of the figure, not the actual cape. So you can kind of see there's a little bit of a separation right here, but not so much on this side. So this is pretty much an easy fix. All you have to do is just move the cape forward a bit, and then you won't really notice much of a detachment. So overall, his cape looks really amazing. As you can see from the sides, you've got his collar sticking up, much like the classic Spawn. You can see from the back, it's got all these spikes, fins, scallops, whatever you want to call it. So it makes the cape look all tattered and beat up. It's got that stylized design, which looks really cool. And then, when you spread the cape out, you get this nice, cool effect here. So I think this looks fantastic. I love this cape. I love how this turned out. I love the color and even the type of fabric that is used. It's not this cheap, flimsy fabric or see-through fabric. It's got this nice thickness to it. So it does give off this pleather look, which looks really amazing. I love how this turned out. It looks really good. I can't wait to start posing and taking pictures of this Spawn figure. So putting him in dynamic poses will look really good. So something that I always firmly believe, that a fabric cape, soft goods cape, can really turn a good figure into a great figure. So in my opinion, this cape really makes this Spawn figure look amazing. And even without the cape, this figure was really a fantastic figure. Pretty much everyone who owns this Spawn figure is singing its praises. Now, with this cape alone, I think it has already turned a great figure into an even better figure. So if you're interested in purchasing this cape, look up GPSlot on eBay. You'll definitely love how this cape looks. It makes the Spawn look really good. I'm pretty sure you will not regret your purchase. So I love it. I'm going to continue buying more capes from GPSlot. As I said, I bought many Batman capes already, other soft good materials, so I'm a happy customer. So if you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I mostly do WWE reviews, but on occasion I'll do a Mortal Kombat review. If you think this cape looks amazing, let me know in the comments section below. As always, stay tuned till the end to see pictures of this figure in action, and I'll see you next time.